Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. Focusing in how to overcome the effects of overt narcissistic abuse, and psychopathic abuse. Realize that these three personality deficit disorders are on the same category or the same type of personality disorder as defined by the DSM-5R Diagnostic Statistical Manual that is utilized by mental health professionals to diagnose and treat personality disorders as they present in the psychological community. And realize also that, generally it is those others in the environment who are witness to, victim of, or, intimately related to the narcissist or the psychopath, they are generally the ones who go and seek, psychological consultation, evaluation, and assistance, not the narcissist, because the narcissist, psychopath, they, in essence, because of their personality deficit, they don't really understand that there is anything wrong with them. They don't see it. They don't acknowledge it. So that's what makes it so difficult to really heal past with a narcissist or a psychopath. They just don't have the empathy. They don't feel that they have done anything wrong. So, for example, if you can't, if they don't feel like they've done anything wrong, so they're really not really going to change anything. So, for example, if you were to go to a doctor and, you're complaining that, you have a backache, but then they go and they do all the MRIs, they go and they do, x-rays, they do the, physical therapy, and like you're moving fine, they're going to say you've got nothing wrong with you, we don't have anything to treat. Well, the narcissist and the psychopath, they basically feel like they don't have any symptoms. They basically, don't have a problem with how they are. They might be, in tune with the fact that they're self-aware and they know that there's something different about them, that they don't have a conscience, or they don't really have empathy. They don't connect to people in the same sort of warm manner that others do, and they notice that maybe people react a little bit differently to stories, settings, movies, music, that they react a little bit differently to these sort of situations than other people. They might get really aroused by violence, or they might not really be disturbed when they see like acts of war or violence, they or rape. They're not really they're not really fazed by it. They just think, oh wow, that's pretty cool. They got one over on them, and they don't really understand a lot of the destruction or destructive tendencies. They just don't see it. They just don't have an ability to. So, with this situation, I would say my best advice is how to get over it is essentially realizing you have to come to the awareness and understanding that this person sees and processes situations, events, meanings, and emotions differently than other people. And when I mean other people, I mean maybe somebody who is, a little bit more on the healthy spectrum, which means have a sense of conscience, live by a sense of right or wrong, have an internal value guiding system, have a little bit of a mission in their life, that they're attending to, a higher self, and not just feeling so self-inflated, self-important to the point where they put on a facade. So, generally, as people get older, they want to live a more genuine life. They need to stop lying to themselves. They need to stop abusing themselves, psychologically, emotionally, physically, changing up their eating habits or changing up their lifestyle habits. They realize I can't do this anymore. I need to adapt. I need to change. I need to be resilient. So oftentimes that also is what brings about healthy psychological change is, they realize that they no longer want to live as a supply source or support only to a narcissist. People essentially want to experience their own life. Excuse me. Excuse me. They feel like, it's time for them to wake up and smell the coffee, so to speak. So that really is what you have to do. You have to learn to tune in to yourself as a person. I talk about the internal locus of control. essentially acknowledging, excuse me, jeez, acknowledging that, you know, you need to unplug, you need to kind of tune out these other people, these other influences, and begin to register with yourself. Begin to kind of tune in and try to get, you know, what is going on with you. So slowing down, taking time to meditate, disconnecting from things at large, disconnecting from all the bantering, all the you know, overstimulation of that can be part of a narcissistic or psychopathic world or economy. Taking time to listen to music that is soothing, calming, allows you to get in rhythm with your own body, your own homeostasis, and getting to tune in, which means, you know, basically, you know, having quiet time, closing your eyes, getting in a very sort of restful, relaxed state with your body, and deep breathing, and really giving yourself a chance to get in tune with your own thoughts, your own values, you know, creating a little bit better feeling and emotion within your body, rather than being reactive, being more proactive, coming from that internal locus of control, rather than reacting to all the inciting from a narcissist or a psychopath that's coming from without, you know, from outside of you. And learning to then ask yourself, you know, some questions while you're in that meditative state, and you know, writing them down in your recovery journal. You know, what truly is, what do I truly want? What is truly important to me? What is my best future? What really makes me happy? What really makes me tick? If I could, you know, increase more of this in my life, what would it be? And, you know, this needs to be asked of yourself, and really kind of as a disconnect or unplugging from this manipulative individual, this narcissist or the psychopathic individual, because once you're able to do that, you know, you'll be able to gain some clarity and understanding that perhaps the manipulative person didn't have your best interest in mind. You have to get in tune with yourself now and realize that you will know how to direct yourself, and you have your best interest in mind, so you need to advocate and come from that space in order to really triumph over a lot of that manipulative battering that has gone on, and realize that you're going to hold some of the answers, and you need to be able to jot them down and keep focused on them throughout your day, so you stay attuned to really your true desires, what you truly want to produce in your life, and not just as a reaction to satisfying the needs of others to the detriment of yourself. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share, please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.